everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Extraction 2. Chris Hemsworth. So, I'm mildly excited, to be honest with you. The first one, for some reason, didn't hit for me. There's a lot of factors that happen there. I gave it a 6, the first one. And now that I look at IMDb, 6.8. So, I don't know. You know, I had the first number right. Now, this one is rated 7.2. 45,606 people rated it so far. I missed it by a week, but I'm glad. You know, I want to see it. But, you know, after surviving his first extraction point, him and his team were back again to try and save somebody else. So, kind of interested to see it. It should be at least entertaining and action-worthy. So he's in it. I want to say Goldfish Ferrari is also in it. That's what it looks like when you read it. Golshifteh. Farahani, I don't know. Bessa. I don't know anybody else in this besides Chris. Besides Thor. So let's get into it. 2 hours and 3 minutes long. If I didn't say it already, it's on Netflix. Made for Netflix, which is cool. Happy about that. And let's see. See if it's any better than the first. Stick around. I'll let you know. Alexa, cut. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Extraction 2. Sorry, no check-ins tonight. Not really needed. It is just action all time. Now there's a little bit of a plot line, so he has to go save his ex-wife's sister, essentially from, you know, a really bad gang. And I'm not even sure where they exist. But here's the thing, it's these two brothers, right? One's in prison, one's out of prison, but they've built their entire, you know, gang, syndicate, whatever you want to call it, you know, by growing up. So they moved places and became hardened criminals by dealing drugs and then ammunition and then murder for hire kind of stuff, right? Okay, so they become pretty bad and they create a following of people who, you know, it's kind of like a cult following, family type thing. But anyway, one of the gang members, his family, he has them kind of kidnapped a little bit, and so he as in Chris Hemsworth's character, has to go and save them. And that's what. And then it's just all non-stop fighting and shooting and all that. A couple of things that I'll point out really quick to keep it brief was, you know, like Chris Hemsworth, he has a military background. Right, or that, you know, his character, and so does his other people, the people he's kind of partnered with. And now I forget most of the first one. It was very similar. I feel like that there was a lot of fighting and it was just non-stop action. So that's what you get in this one. But I don't think you need to watch the first one to watch the second one, because I pretty much got it all, and I don't remember much of the first one at all. I remember, and they do show a little bit at the end of the first one, which was cool. I like that when we go back and we see a little bit more. But other than that, you don't need to know much else. And you know, and I didn't even forget who the characters were, but they kind of help you understand it even in this one. And then you got your new characters. But anyway, Chris Hemsworth's character has a military background, right? So he is tough. He's got all the moves. Well, then these other two guys, who, you know, they have military people in their gang, and I could see that kind of, you know, popping out. But when it comes down to them, it's like, how could they ever do what he did, right? I mean, he's a soldier in Afghanistan, has all that. These guys are just, no offense, but street thugs. And how are they going to ever, like, outdo him? But, you know, I guess that wouldn't be much of a movie if they couldn't at least, you know, stand their ground with him for a period of time. That was one gripe I kind of had. The other thing is the fact that, oddly enough, so if you saw the first one, basically after the first movie, they kind of set up Chris Hemsworth to live off the grid in his cabin somewhere. And I know they give the names of the places, but I don't know where they're at geography-wise. Well, wouldn't you know that at some point, for some reason, his cabin in the middle of nowhere is within driving distance of the hangar of the bad guys of the airplane? You know, like that just, I was like, wait, what? So he's just going to drive there and, you know, start another battle with them. That struck me as odd. But, you know, the whole movie is not going to be believable, you know. I mean, it's just kind of just, you know, not mindless fun and action. They do give you a little bit more glimpse into his backstory, a little bit, you know, which I found cool. Again, not even remember anything about the first one, and his character, and, you know, him just being a crazy, awesome soldier. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else. I don't even know who his ex-wife was, or his wife was, or anything like that. But Olga, I forget how to say her last name. You know who she is. She was a Bond girl. She's in this. Idris Elba is also in this. So, little surprise cameos from them too. And I do believe there'll be a third. Now, will I watch the third one? Of course I will. But that's it. I knew what I was getting in this one. Nothing very deep. Just a lot of hi-ha. So, but that was okay. Alright, that's it. Hopefully I was helpful. Not sure if I was, but probably my review is as riveting as the movie. Now, the movie was, there was some parts you're at your edge of the seat, and you'll see what I mean. You know, like there were some really cool fight scenes. Not so much the ground, but there was one in particular in the building that I thought was pretty cool because it's kind of, whoa, that's it. Alright, hopefully I was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.